Welcome to Buying Guide videos from Reviewgist.com. Reviewgist helps you find the best products to buy when it comes to consumer electronics. In our Buying Guide video series, we seek to explain in simple terms the key technical features behind the latest gadgets to help you make a more informed decision on your next purchase. In this video, we're going to take a look at how to choose the best digital camera for low light. Low light photography comes handy in a lot of dim lighting scenarios like parties and sunsets. We will look in detail at the important factors and explain how you can use them to capture the best low light photographs. The two main factors affecting low light photography are the ISO and sensor size of your camera. The ISO is a measure of your camera's sensitivity to light. The sensor directly affects how much incoming light is absorbed to form a picture. Let's take a look at each of these by turn. A good way to comprehend ISO is to compare a sunset view with bare eyes and with sunglasses. While higher ISO is akin to bare eyes, which are a lot more sensitive to light, a lower ISO is like wearing sunglasses. Your eyes get shielded to light and are less sensitive to it. A camera taking a picture in low light at a low ISO is similar to you wearing sunglasses when it's dark. You can't see much, and neither can the camera. These two pictures were taken at the exact same lighting environment. The one on top was taken at higher ISO, which means the camera was more light sensitive and produced a brighter picture, while the one below was taken at a lower ISO, which means the camera was less light sensitive and produced a darker picture. The slide shows a series of snaps taken at different ISO settings. As you can clearly see, the higher you go with the ISO, the clearer the image you capture in low lighting environments. Let's look at the range of ISO values cameras come in. Cameras come with ISO values as low as around 64 to as high as around 12,800. Typically, compact cameras have an ISO range from 64 to 800 and perform better at lower ISOs, while DSLRs have a much broader range. They go from around 64 to 12,800 and have a much better performance across higher ISOs as compared to compact cameras. The better ISO performance for DSLRs is also a result of bigger sensors, which takes us to the next most important factor for low light photography. And that is the sensor size of the camera. The sensor is the part of the camera which captures the incoming light on the camera. Camera sensors have millions of little cavities that absorb light particles when you click your camera. These cavities are what are called pixels. Light particles captured by each pixel are then scrutinized by a film on the sensor that analyzes the three primary colors in each pixel. So obviously, the larger the size of the pixels, the more the number of color particles the sensor can store. This means a more vibrant and accurate image. To have larger pixels, your sensor area must be bigger. So larger sensors mean clearer photographs. Sensor sizes vary by sensor type, and our graph shows you the diagonal measurements of each. The popular sensor types used today are 1x2.5, 1x1.8, 2x3, 4x3, APS-C, and 35mm. Sensor sizes measured in terms of diagonal length range from around 7.2mm to around 43.3, depending on the type of camera. Compact cameras generally come with comparatively smaller sensors ranging from around 7.2 to 11mm, while DSLRs have larger sensors ranging from around 11mm to 43.3mm. The bigger sensor sizes for DSLR cameras directly result in very low light picture quality. Let's take a look at how this happens in a bit more detail. What you see before you is two photographs of the same subject taken at very different ISO settings. The one on the left was taken at a much higher ISO, 1600, while the one on the right was taken at a lower ISO of just 100. As you can see, the one on the left is much more grainy than the one on the right. Now this is what happens when you increase your ISO. Your camera tends to produce more grainy photographs. So how do you counter this? You use larger sensor. So for cameras with the same ISO, the one with the larger sensor would give you sharper and more accurate images. If you take this logic further, you can see why DSLRs make the best fit for low light. They have the largest sensors of all. So unless your budget compelled you to pick a point and shoot or a crossover camera, go with a DSLR. But if you're choosing a compact camera, then try to optimize on the sensor size over everything else. For an updated list of the best cameras for low light, head over to reviewgist.com. At reviewgist.com, we look at the latest models, match them to reviews from around the internet, and give you the most accurate buying recommendations for low light digital cameras.